Okay, today we're going to be talking about mounting a TV on the wall and how to find your studs to make sure that your bracket is secure to the wall so your TV won't fall off the wall. Now, I know some of these brackets come with the butterfly anchors and everything, but I would recommend you not use those, even though you can if you put enough in them. It might be able to hold a TV, but I definitely suggest that you find studs. What we're going to do is, first of all, find the height of the console that the TV is going to go over. That height is about 33 and a half. I'm going to transfer that mark onto the wall just to tell me where the height of the console is at. I need to determine how high off the console I want the TV. You can have it here, you can have it here, you can have it here, wherever you want to have it. You just want to make sure, say for instance, that we wanted to make sure that this can slide underneath the TV. So that's about a foot, 12 inches. A lot of times what I do, well, most of the time what I do, is that I will put the mounting hardware on the TV. Now this is from an existing move, so it already have the brackets on there. Each hardware is going to be different, so I'm not going to go over the hardware per se, but what you want to do is you want to do a mock-up, put your brackets on the TV, and then you want to put the bracket actually on the TV so you can get a good idea of the height. I'm going to measure, I can either measure top up or top down, but since I know where the bottom of the console at, I'm going to measure from the top of this down, and that'll give me around 21 and a half. So if I want to go 21 and a half, and I want to add a foot to that, so that'll be 21 and a half plus that foot, which would be what, 33 and a half, somewhere around there. Yeah, 33 and a half. So the mark that I put on the wall, I want to go 33 and a half above that. I'm just going to go 34 to make it even, make it a little easier. Now, your center, you got to figure out where your center is going to be. I can kind of like eyeball this, don't have to be that perfect, but my center, because I want to make sure that the TV is in the center of the bed, is about right in here. And we'll circle that. Okay, so this is my height. That's my center. You really do need a stud finder. They don't cost much. This one right here is a Franklin sensor. I'll leave the description in the comments below. But it's a Franklin sensor, and the cool thing about this sensor is that it gives you the front of the stud and the back of the stud as you scroll across. So we'll start here in the center. It tells me I have a stud. It looks like a double stud, but right here, keep going. Ooh, it's not a stud again until about over here. That's too far over. The next stud is right here. So these are my two studs. Stud here, stud there. They look like more than 16 apart. They look like 24 apart. Let's look. That's about 24 on center studs. I need to measure the center of this bracket. This bracket is 28 and a quarter. Half of that will be about 14 and an eighth. All right, mark that, 14 and an eighth. That's the center of the bracket. Just because the center of the bracket is there doesn't mean that the bracket needs to be right in the center of the TV. It can slide left and right because the TV can actually center on the bracket or center on this particular spot. So the biggest thing I want to do is get the studs. So it's a stud right here and it's a stud right there. Now I want to try to get, because this is actually further over, I need it to be right here. But since my stud is over here, I need to slide this bracket over to the very furthest where I can get this onto a stud, which is about right in here. Okay? Now, take your level, and I do speak French. This is the à la deux, à la plus, à level. That's French. So I'm going to take this level, make sure that my bracket is level, and I am going to find the stud mark, which is about right here. Right where? Right there. I got this mark all the way over to I can get the furthest I can get that stud. Now this stud here is actually right in between this metal. So now I have to slide it over a little bit more in order to get into that stud. So I'm level there and there. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here and here. Those are my 4 marks that I need to pre-drill in order to get into those studs. Next thing is that what I see a lot of people doing is that they do not pre-drill their bolt. So you definitely want to pre-drill that bolt. You take your drill index, you figure out which one you need. All right, that's a little too loose. We don't want to go that loose. So I'll go 1 down. And that one is about a 3/16 drill bit. So I'll take the 3/16 drill bit, take it in the drill. And pre-drill. You see that? I hit a stud. That stud. You have to get into the stud. Find an appropriate socket that looks like that, about a 7/16, ½ inch, 3/8, 7/16. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay, so instead of taking your socket, taking that bolt and just keep till you finally get it in, they make a drill bit to socket adapter. So you take this drill bit to socket adapter, put it in your drill. Now you can take your socket and put it on your drill, and you can take these and put them in there relatively fast. I'll just take them in there and pop them in there real quick. You can do that when you pre-drill. Now, I want to slide it over as far as I can get that way. Biggest thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go too tight where the bracket is bending. So that's on there. That's a lot better and quicker than ratcheting it. Check it for level again. That's pretty good. This is another thing that it just drives me crazy. When I see the wires, when the TV is on the wall and I see the wires hanging down. Now we know that probably the most economical way, and not necessarily the prettiest, but it's just to get a cable management kit, raceway. You stick this on the wall, it's peel and stick. You put your cables in there and hide them away, right? But you can still see this. So this is normal, this is standard practice. And this is okay, this is fine, but please don't have your wires just hanging down. This is perfectly fine. But I'm going to show you how to really hide the wires. This is basically a low voltage gain box, and it allows for different connectors to go to it that's specifically designed for low voltage. I'm going to cut a hole in the wall. I'm going to stick this in the wall. I'm going to stick this over to make it nice and flush, pretty like this. And then a cable is going to go in there, but it's going to go in the wall, inside the wall. It's going to drop down in the wall, and then down at the bottom of the wall is going to be another one like this where the cable is coming out. Not much measurement going on, but you want to make sure that your stuff is plumb. So my height of this box is about, I'll just make it 3 1/4. The width is about 2 3/8. And I'm just picking an arbitrary spot. We want to make sure we already figured out it's a stud here and a stud here. So in between here is hollow. Pick an arbitrary spot that's behind the TV, right? And then you 2 3/8. So we just say right here. And the lower you can go is fine, because that way you don't have to fish it down too much. But we'll say right here, 2 3/8 is right there. And then arbitrary height, 3 3/4. But I like to make sure that everything is nice and level. I don't like crooked boxes, crooked pictures, anything crooked. I don't like it. And you shouldn't either. One thing about this channel is that we want to make sure that I try to explain stuff that's relatively simple, and you'll end up with a professional look for cheap. Because I'm cheap. Okay, that's that box. Now you can find these on Amazon for $2. You can find whatever ones you want. You got the ones like this. You got other ones that just pass away. You got ones that's plastic for about $2. So this whole thing is about $4. $4 at the top, $4 at the bottom. They give you a nice professional look. Now, because I am so me, I can't help it being me, the boxes are already at a certain length, height, right? So I want to match that height. I want to match the height of the box. That's 16 1/2. So the top of my box is going to be 16 1/2. I want to take it and make sure that it's that they're in line. So I'm going to take the top here, where that one was at, come down here, and do it like that. So I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm not going to video this one, but I'll just do it, and then I'll come back and show you the cutting. Okay, so I marked out my notches. This is regular drywall jab saw is what we call it. You take it, and it goes through drywall pretty easy. Now, the first option, the raceway, is probably your best option or your only option if you are in an apartment or any type of rental. You know, this is more for homeowners that can cut holes in their wall without getting in trouble, or it's for people who subscribe to my channel and learn how to fix drywall, because this drywall is real easy to fix, right? No problem. A hole like that is nothing. We'll have that worked out in no time. I don't mind cutting holes in walls because it's real easy to fix them. Now the concept behind these brackets, this is called old work boxes, right? That means that if you have an existing wall, then you can use these brackets. And what happens is that inertia spins these and they lock in, and then these tabs come close and they kind of like hold on to the drywall as you screw them, and they get tight on the wall. So it kind of like do that and they hold on. So stick it in the wall, right? Take these screws, screw them, and get tight. Now, you got a nice little mountain box for whatever. Now, a lot of the times you can take wire, cable, whatever, and just whatever you're trying to fish through, and just drop it down in there, and you'll be able to just put your hand in there and move it around a little bit and see the wire and just pull it right on out. You're not going that far. Right there. All right. Now you all's trying to see, you're seeing it now, right? Yeah, you all seeing it. You're seeing it. That plug is gonna go down in there. And so I'm not trying to plug it into anything. I'm just trying to hide it. So it's gonna go in the wall. It's gonna drop down and it's gonna come out, and then behind something, I can take it and plug it in. Now we just got done finishing, so I gotta put the wall plates on back on the wall. So that's the reason why those are off. But that's your basic concept there. Well, don't look at that. So I'll do the next one. And I'll get this one on, and then I'll come back. Okay, this TV has 3 cables that I need to feed through that. It has the Fire Stick, my optical cable that's going to go into the receiver that gives the surround sound, and then it has the power cable. And so since this is a flat mount, I have to make sure that I got all my cables that I'm going to be using going through that hole, because once we put the TV on the wall, that's it. So without me unscrewing this and mounting it, I'm going to take the wires and feed them through there, let this just hang on the wires, stick the wires through, actually take them to this speaker wire and tape them. And then I'll be able to take from the bottom and just pull all 3 of those wires through at the same time. Okay, I stuck the wires through. I'm going to mount this in this box. And of course, because we are the anal people, we want to make sure that that's plumb. Hey, fun fact. You all know the difference between plumb and level. And I'm going to talk French again. Level. Plumb and level. Okay, when it's up this way, and the bubble is like that. When it's vertical, that's called plumb. When it's horizontal, use that button, and that's called level. Plumb, level. Now that we got it leveled, oh, look at that. Look how neat that is, you all. Look how neat that is. See? Neat. And again, we just take this and pull that through once we mount the TV. They come right on through. Okay, so we tied it up. We got the TV on. Now I'm just going to fish these wires down through. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Look like that's all I got for the power cable. That's okay. We'll just get an extension cord from that. I taped this up good because I didn't want it to slip off. I just gotta find the end. This is the power cable. So like this is all we got for that. So we're gonna need to put an extension cord from here to wherever the power cable is at. This is the cable for the Fire Stick. That's a little short too. So we might need to, because that's gonna go into an adapter somewhere. So this and this plugs up. And this cable right here, this is my optical cable. And I got plenty of room to get this from where it needs to go to the sound system. Same deal here. Take these screws off. I know I say things a lot and this and that, but you all understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to act like that I'm all technical because I'm not. But I just like to get stuff done, and typically we're going to get it done in the right way. I'm sticking that through. Sticking this through. Sticking that through. And mount that on. And this goes through too. Put it on. And that's it. And so the whole thing is that I'm going to screw this on. But the whole gist of it is that you see all of those wires, those 3 wires that was on that TV. And now it's nothing but a TV just suspended in air. Hey, look, if you like this video, please make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments any other type of videos that you would like to see. I know I'm sweating and everything, but look, we're going to get it in because this is the way we do it. Ron, the DIY guy. I'll see y'all later.